Green Heifer Farm. Green Heifer Farm. We got every herb you need in our loving arms. Green Heifer Farms. Green Heifer Farms. She's got every herb you need in her loving arms.
Turn the music up, all they go when they dance for wanting some more. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? Ooh, Mr. DJ, song on the replay. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? All they go when they dance for wanting some more. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? Ooh, Mr. DJ, song on the replay. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? All they go when they dance for wanting some more. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? Ooh, Mr. DJ, song on the replay. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? All they go when they dance for wanting some more. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up?
Cut the trees and you get rid of the stumps.
Okay.
And make it possible to plant a crop.
Yeah.
That's when.
I don't have any trees.
Gotcha.
I need some trees.
Putting those all the way down through. Okay, so coffee. I'm tea. So excuse me. I'm here to set up. Am I just by him?
Yeah,
Coffee
right.
guys? Okay, and they told me they have some ice for me. Okay, so we sold out of Fixity. Would you like to try some of my herbal tea that I grew myself?
I would absolutely.
All right, y'all. Been here for a couple of hours. I'm tired. I am tired. Have had a lot of traction, so I think it went pretty well. Portia, does it seem like it's going pretty well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So Portia, who works in marketing here at Weaver Street Market, she said it's going well. So have sold out of one item, the Fixities. Low on the Rich Aunties. Hopefully before I leave, I can sell that last one. And then only a couple of the others as well. Let me show y'all how it's looking. So the tablecloth is way too big for this little table. I had to be creative, kind of nip and tuck. All right. We've got the Fixity right here. We've got the Rich Auntie right here. I did this little sign this morning, 4 ways to elevate your herbal tea experience. And I had some other stuff out as well, but I've kind of moved it to the back. And then here are the prizes that I have left, or the gifts rather. I have some hats made of 100% hemp. I had a few infusers, but they're always the first to go because everyone loves our infusers. Yes, so I'm gonna be here for a couple more, well, maybe like an hour max because I'm hungry, and then I will be packing up. Hey y'all, it's me. I am about to take a look at some tea plants at a local tea forest, and I'm also going to look at some dried tea that they have as well. So this is actually where I plan to buy some of my perennials. The dog with the delayed response. This is Awesome.
You probably saw.
I saw this.
the wall,
Yeah.
hand lovingly built by my spouse over
Yes.
a 4-year period.
Yes, that's all I saw.
And we finally like blew our wad, or whatever wad we had left over from COVID, because everybody bought plants, on having somebody actually build the upstairs.
Is it worth it? I know it is. I
know
feel like it is.
because already people are like,
Oh, this is beautiful.
we
Who
had our
wouldn't want to come here and have a beautiful cup of tea?
yeah. It's not, you know. It wasn't locked. That's what happens. And then we have to figure out how to use this, or else something. This is
So you put the leaf in here?
right, and this controls the pressure as this thing goes around and begins rolling the leaves up against this.
Okay. Is
And
it
then
manual labor, or do you have electricity?
Well, there will be
or electric?
electricity and a motor that
Okay.
has to get
So it's a motor.
adapted.
Okay.
And this is what you get when you put it under a tarp for.
But it's
Few
still
years.
it's still there.
It's still there, and this is stainless steel. So, and then the tea comes out, like as it's rolling, you can control when it's going to come out.
Oh,
and you're
right
gonna
here. Okay.
Collect it in like a large basket there, and then you funnel it back in here and run it again with more pressure,
So you do it twice
or thrice.
or thrice.
I haven't
Okay.
used one before, but this is my understanding from
Okay.
everything I've read.
And this is part of this, or this is a separate?
Once I was like, why can't I have the small version of it? Because we make a lot of small batches.
Okay.
So it's a small thing. It was $900.
This
Got
little
it from the
deal?
Chinese. Yep. Well, it's.
Where did you
highly-
find it?
It's in China. Made in
Okay,
China.
you had it. So
It's
you had to have it
okay.
shipped?
Yep.
Yeah.
But the shipping wasn't that bad, actually.
Okay.
This was an experimental planting. Okay, all of these obviously are in the sun, and they're not.
So they
Me,
get
they're
full
not
sun
flourishing.
for how many hours?
Almost all day,
Okay.
except for a little bit here on the corner.
Okay.
But I just wanted you to capture this in your mind.
Okay.
So this plant has actually had to be replaced twice because it just got strained too much. But that's one of my favorite, the Taiwan and Rosia. And this is Dave's fave. So we took a bunch. The only plant that is really flourishing here, slightly, I would say, is the Fairhope.
Okay.
And that is that part of the selection that these Lipton experimental stations.
Fairhope is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is that what you get in Lipton tea?
Well, no, because Lipton decided tea was not cost effective. I mean, growing tea in the U.S. So basically, they curated a bunch of plants and did experimental stations in like the 60s.
Okay. Smells so good.
So we were really struggling a month ago. What about you? Before the rain,
Oh, with the water?
really dried out.
It was. It was.
And then it went crazy with rain, huh? Ooh. These, right?
Oh, look at
No,
these.
oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Are these raspberries?
Mm-hmm. Oh, boo, sour. Somebody picked a bunch of them. They're mostly passed. I was out of town.
What do you do with the leaves? So, in looking at the full sun, these trees get partial sun, right?
Right. These are mostly shaded they're shaded in part of the morning, so I think the sun starts really hitting down here at about 10.
Okay.
But then by 3 or 4, they're shaded again.
Okay.
So they don't get that much sun.
And you see different growth.
Well, there's definitely different growth habits. So like these are pretty vigorous. They get a lot of sun. I'll show you their sister plants
Okay.
down this way that get a lot less sun.
So explain to me about matcha. Because a lot of people think it's a different plant,
No.
but it is Camellia sinensis.
It's Camellia
right?
sinensis that has been The main thing to know is that it's shaded for the couple of weeks before it, as it's growing its new shoots. Especially matcha in the early spring is really treasured, and what happens is when it's highly shaded, the shoots turn very deep green because they're making more chlorophyll to try to get more light.
To try to get
Or
more
energy,
light.
capture more of that energy.
Several days later.
So guess what? While I was gone to the grocery store, the tea cabin caught on fire and pretty much destroyed everything in the building. So my tea cabin apparently caught on fire while I was at the grocery store. And there's no way that anything in there really, maybe a few things are salvageable, but definitely none of my herbs. Doors have been knocked down. Windows have blown out. No one's talking to me. It's just a whole bunch of people milling around. They're having in-depth conversations, but no one's talking to me. The person whose property has been damaged, and I'm feeling a lot of different things right now. First and foremost, gratitude. There's nothing here that is irreplaceable. If something had happened to my son, or even one of my animals, that would have been different. But there's nothing here that's irreplaceable. I haven't seen Clifford, so praying she's somewhere okay. See if I can find her. Yeah. So one of the firefighters just came over here and apologized to me for snapping at me. He was trying to get in the door and he couldn't. And I was trying to explain to him how to get in the door. It's an old door, part of an old building. You know, sometimes you gotta flang dangle things a little bit. And that particular door we never really opened because there's another door into that room, which I explained to him. The other door is right there and it's open. But he snapped and was very rude. He did come back over here and apologize, which it's my shit burning down, but you stressed. Okay. See, my computer is probably gone.
Oh, I see. I didn't even see it a while ago when I was looking.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can probably still pull the hard drive on it.
Yeah.
Maybe. They can still make it plug in. But obviously the fire started here. This is your worst damage.
And this is where all my hemp is. This was all of my hemp. It is gone. All right. Oh, good. My packaging is still intact. So this room didn't get as much damage. All of my hemp, my herbs. Oh my gosh. Oh, my machine.
You have insurance?
Yes.
I'll give you my information because your insurance company will...